All right, so this is Daryl.
And Erin.
Hey guys, it's so we're currently on a cruise. We're on Norwegian Cruise Lines, going on an 11-day trip. We left out of Miami. It goes to, let's see, Grand Cayman, and then where?
Then we go to Cartagena, Colombia.
Right. Then we go to the Panama Canal, where we actually go in halfway through the locks, and they turn the boat around in the lake there, and they come back out. We're going to do an excursion where we can go across the other two locks at least and go to the Pacific side. Then we'll come back on that excursion, still, get back on the main boat. And there's actually a stop in Colon, Panama as well. And then where?
Then we go to Port Limon, Costa Rica.
And we go to Belize. I don't remember the town.
Belize. Well, we're doing a special embarkation because that's actually Norwegian's private island is in front of it. So you can go there. There's a big water park and you can snorkel and all that. But we wanted to actually go on the actual land of Belize.
Yeah, we kind of like the culture and the history when we travel more so than necessarily than the beach kind of life.
Yes.
So.
And then on to Cozumel, Mexico.
And then back to Miami.
Then back to Miami. We do have 4 sea days in between that also.
All right, so today's day one, and it's
Friday, March 1st.
Friday, March 1st. We're at the end of this long day, so kind of wanted to talk about the day one embarkation, everything that we did today. It's a process, right? And you really get kind of worn out by the end of the day. So we started out.
Yeah, we had to wake up bright and early in the morning. Our flight left at 7:15 in the morning.
But we had to get out of the house by 4:30ish, sometime 4 o'clock, sometime around there. So that made it a long day. All right, so we had TSA pre-entry, and we went ahead and the NCL did the flights for us. It was like buy one get the other one free, and just out of convenience, we decided to do that.
We learned some things.
Yeah, we learned that if you don't have the actual the TSA pre-entry number on your ticket, then you can't go through the pre-entry line. We did not know that, so we thought it was on the ticket, just didn't even check it. So we waited in the line, not terribly long, for the pre-entry line, but by the time we got to the front, they said, no, you can't go through here because it's not on the ticket. You got to go back through the other line. So after, like I said, waiting a little bit, then we had to go jump in the other super long line. And but we had time, so it wasn't a big deal. But just a lessons learned around, if you do have TSA pre-entry and you're letting the cruise line or somebody else book the airfare for you, you got to confirm that your pre-entry number is on your ticket.
Right.
Otherwise, you get messed up.
And and as he said, it was we got into free at sea, and part of free at sea was you pay for one person to fly, and the other one is free. But we kind of learned something on that too. The cost that we paid for one to fly was pretty high. Didn't you look up you looked up some flights?
Yeah, I mean, I could have gotten both of us tickets for significantly, probably 50% less than what the one ticket we had to pay for. And like I said, we probably should have, when we noticed that, we probably should have canceled that ticket and did it ourselves. Just out of convenience and just being busy in this world, we decided just to leave it alone. But
lesson learned.
Lesson learned going forward. I'm not going to let the cruise line book our tickets unless there's some other reason that I'm not aware of yet.
Right.
So we can get them cheaper. Book it yourself. You can still get the transfer from the airport to the terminal through the cruise line.
Yes.
But that's important because what actually ended up happening is, even though we did that, of course, there was a little wait once you got down to the NCL check-in spot down in the by baggage claim. And this was we flew into Fort Lauderdale as well, as opposed to Miami. They put us in Fort Lauderdale, which is a longer drive than the Miami airport. Another reason again to book your own ticket.
But like he said, we did have the bus shuttle. It was very convenient. I went down to luggage claim, and the check-in was right there. Very friendly staff, but you do have to wait for your transfer bus to arrive. And
it was somewhat chaotic, but there was a little bit of order as well.
Yes.
But anyhow, so we hopped on the shuttle bus. We took off. We had one more stop. A couple more people hopped on, but it wasn't totally full. We went into traffic. It probably took us 45 minutes to an hour.
So it was a Friday afternoon. It was lunch traffic. And so we had, normally it's about a
25 to 30 minutes, he said. Yeah.
And it took a little longer, but that was okay. We had time.
But by the time he got there, he did not really know what, we told him what ship it was, right? Mm-hmm. And he thought it was a different terminal, so we actually parked, got out. Thank God we hadn't started unloading the luggage yet. But we all had to, he went and walked off and talked to somebody, and he came back and said, let's get back on the bus. We were at the wrong place. So we were at Terminal 2, I think, something like that, or...
We were at Terminal C.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's the letters, B.
Letter B, mm-hmm.
And we actually should have been in
Terminal E.
Terminal E, which is where the Gem, and we didn't say what boat we were on, though, but it's an NCL Gem. Mm-hmm. So we unloaded there, everything, kind of proceeded orderly at that point until we walked around to where we were going to go check in, and lo and behold, there's a line about, I'd say at least 300 to 400 people. I don't know. And we don't know the real cause, but we ended up having to go way in the back of the line. It moved slowly, but moved.
A benefit, we met some really great people in line. We talked to other people who've been on the cruise lines, and they said that it was not normal. Something out of the ordinary was happening, but we were in line. Like I said, we got there at 12:40, and we
basically got ready to get it on the boat at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
We don't really know the reason why the line was so long, and just different people that we talk to that cruise real often, they say this kind of took a lot longer than it normally should or would.
Yeah.
We don't know the reason why. We're actually going to try to find that out just out of curiosity. Was it a processing issue, computer issue? Could have been there was a customs.
Several customs.
It's probably
there was a van. 7
or 8 people, a couple of them with AR-15s, and they come walking out. I don't know if it had anything to do with anything, but nevertheless, it was a kind of an excruciating long, no chance to sit down that entire time up until you got on the boat.
Yeah.
So nevertheless, enough said on that.
All right, so once we got to the front of the line, it was a quick, easy process. You go to the front counter, and you give them all the information. They take a picture of you, and then you get your room cabin key.
Yeah, once you got there, it was a pretty quick process. So went ahead and boarded the boat. First things first, we wanted to go and check out the cabin. Mm-hmm. And so that's what we did, and found it pretty easily. We have an indoor, inside cabin. Mm-hmm. And we walked in, and we'll be able to show a little bit more of the room, but it was pretty remarkable. For an inside room. We've been on some cruises before, and it's been a number of years. So this was actually pretty neat. We really like it. So
we did some research, and the benefit that we like is that without windows, those afternoon siestas are good because the room is pitch black. So there's some benefits, and we'll go over some other stuff in the video.
Yeah, and the next thing you got to do it by, what time was it? I don't remember, the muster.
The muster. So you basically have to do it before sailing. So they recommend, so when you check in, you watch the video, the safety video, and do some things online first. So when you get on board, they like for you to go ahead and take care of your muster drill. So you've already watched the video and everything on check-in. So when you get here, you just show up to wherever your muster area is, and it was a quick, hey, this is, if there's emergency, you're going to hear 7 short alarms with 1 long. You come here. This is where we, give you the life jacket. So that it was really quick and easy.
Yeah, I'm talking like 30 seconds,
yes.
A minute.
It was.
It's not like the old days where you had to put the life jacket on and assemble by where the boats are, or all the the rescue boats or all that stuff. You don't have to do that anymore, at least on NCL.
Very quick and easy.
Like I said, we left the house a little around, or approximately 4 o'clock. We didn't really eat anything, just running through everything. So immediately it's time to go hit a restaurant, get something to eat. So we went to the Garden Cafe, and that is basically the complimentary buffet. And it had a variety of, it had Indian, Italian, Asian, American, obviously, all these different cuisines. So you really had a bunch of choices, and I tried just about everything, at least every cuisine, and everything was very good. So it's not a buffet you go and it's been out sitting out a long time and all this kind of stuff. Very fresh food, very tasty. Enjoyed it.
We did. Okay, so as we were wrapping up eating at the Garden Cafe, we noticed the time, and our sail away time was 5. So they had a sail away party around the pool deck. They had a live band. The entertainment director was there, and it was starting to get really lively. But we decided to go ahead and head up to the top level where passengers can go, into the front of the ship, so we could have a front view. So that's what we did. We each grabbed a drink at the bar and headed to the front of the ship, and that was pretty entertaining, I think.
The horn, by the way, if you're up on that level, the horn is extremely loud.
Yes.
And so, as we left, we passed, what was it, a MCS ship? And then there's two MSC ships, and then there was another, the Pearl, I believe, the NCL Pearl. And so as the boat was getting right up next to that, man, he let off a bunch of long blasts from the horn. And then the Pearl's captain, or the bridge, they answered it back with their own little horn blowing. So it was kind of an interesting thing. All right, after that we decided it was time to have a little snack. So we went to the Asian fusion restaurant called, what is it again?
Orchid Garden.
Orchid Garden. Had some, go ahead.
So it is a complimentary, one of the complimentary restaurants on board. And
so we had some Asian food there, and it was excellent as well. Dumplings. I think you had, what'd you have? The chicken?
I had the lemon chicken.
Lemon chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And I had kind of the spicy seafood soup with udon noodles. And man, it was fantastic. So we enjoyed it.
Okay, so after we ate, we decided to come back to the cabin and see if they'd dropped off the rest of our luggage, and they had.
All right, so like I said, once we got our luggage, we were able to change, get a little more comfortable. And at 6 o'clock at the Atrium, one particular area, they were doing a trivia. And so we just kind of grabbed a beverage or two, sat down in the nice comfy chairs there, and kind of went through. It was a 20-question, I believe, trivia deal, and you form teams. And there we just a couple of people around us, don't know them, but we all kind of formed a little team and went through the trivia deal, and lo and behold, we got 14 of the 20 correct, and we actually won.
Yes.
Yes, so we actually won, and we got this beautiful NCL keychain. It's kind of funny. So we got the beautiful NCL keychain.
That was fun. Again, a nice way to meet people and put your brains together and try and do some trivia. So after that wrapped up, we were kind of walking around, and we noticed that there was a welcome show in the Stardust Theater, and it was a juggler.
And that's the big theater.
The big theater.
Yeah. Main theater. Yeah.
So it actually was called the Welcome Show. So he was a juggler, and it's called Juggling.
All right, next up, we went at 8 o'clock. We went to the Spinnaker Lounge, where there was another kind of game show per se called Majority Rules game show. I don't know, at this point, I can't even hardly explain the what they were doing, but it was real interactive, and there was a bunch of people up kind of toward the front, and they would ask a question, kind of a provocative question in some cases. Everybody who was participating would run up with it, write their answer down, and run up there and put it on the table. And then basically it's kind of like they would the last person who got up there to put their vote in, they would grab them and put them on the spot and make them do something silly.
They would have them intermingle with somebody in the audience that they didn't know and do just different things, and then that gave the guy at the table a chance to look over all the answers and pick a winner of the actual questions.
And I don't know if there's actually. Did anybody win? I don't know.
Yeah, they did. They had a giveaways.
Yeah, they had a lovely NCL keychain, I imagine, as well. Yeah, so that was fun, just kind of people watching. We kind of hung in the back and again enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Nice little night show.
After that, around 8:30, we headed over to Trade Winds. They had a little spiel for you about jewelry. Talked a little bit about that, and then you got a ticket and
A little raffle
ticket. So at the end of their spiel and telling you about all the wonderful things about jewelry and getting you all pumped up, they called out a number, and if it was your number, you won a piece of diamond earrings. So
we didn't win.
We didn't win, but
We
right
won
after
the
that, after that, then you walked over where they sell the liquor, and there was a tasting, and oh my goodness, the tasting we had was a coffee liqueur with a cream, and it was a beautiful bottle.
Brennan's or something, wasn't it? Like that?
It was split in half. It had the coffee liqueur on one side and the cream on the other side, so when he poured, you got a little bit of both.
It was actually strange because you had to pour it at kind of an angle, because this side, you didn't want one to come out faster than the other. It was kind of interesting, so and tasty.
Absolutely, this was nice, a little nightcap.
And after that, man, it was been a long day. We decided to head back to the cabin and go to sleep.
So to help us out, we enjoyed looking at the Freestyle Daily. Lots of information. It has all the restaurants and the shows, and if you want to highlight, it's full of information. So we highly recommend.
So daily, you get the Freestyle Daily. I guess that's why it's in the name, Daily. But it basically lists all the events, times for everything. And so it's just a really great resource to have to go, and because there's stuff going on all during the day in different locations throughout the ship. So if you don't have something like that, then you'll miss out. But
yeah, and they make it real convenient. In the morning, you walk out, and it's outside your door, just hooked onto your door number right there.
So a great, successful day one. A few lessons learned. Again, especially around TSA pre-entry, around the whether you're going to do your own plane ticket or not. That's a lesson learned for us as well. Other than that, though, I think everything else, has been just great. We really enjoyed it. So.
Yes. All right, guys. So that's the end of day one. It was an exhausting but fun day. Lots of lessons learned. Thank you so much for watching this one, and we're going to be doing this every night of our cruise. So. Please watch the next view.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.